All right, guys, welcome back. This is the second video. This video will be short. This video will be going over the difference between the contracts and things like that, right? So if you're coming here from Forex, you know, with Forex, you're trading pairs. You're trading pairs. So when you're trading pairs, you're actually trading a currency size. So say you're trading GBP USD and you want to trade $1 per pip, right? $1 per pip with GBP USD would be 0.10, right? So it'd be 0.10, which gets you $1 per pip per move, right? And then if you wanted to only trade 10 cents per pip, you would put in 0.01, right? Yeah, 0.01, and that would be 10 cents. Now contracts, futures contracts are completely different. Now with futures contracts, you're trading a contract, but that contract is worth a certain amount of money. So when I say your contract is worth a certain amount of money, so as I'm looking right here, right, with the micro, excuse me, the micro E mini S&P, right? The micro E S&P mini is a smaller, it's the smaller contract, it's a smaller amount, it's a smaller contract, right? So you're buying a fraction of the contract, not a full contract when you're selling the E-minis, because they're a smaller point. Like as you can see, as you understand, where it says micro and E, it has a mini to it. Micro is smaller, right? And it's not going to be the exact same size. So I'm trying to remember exactly what the micro E mini the micro E mini S&P 500 is. Give me 1 second. All right, so micro E minis are $1.25 per contract. So say you have five of the micro E minis. Excuse me. So you have 5 of the micro E minis open at a time on Top Step or on your AMP, whatever one you trading on. So that's $6 in totals. So you have 5 contracts open, and those 5 contracts total $6.25. So every time those contracts move, they're moving, and their value was worth $6 a piece. So say you got 5 micro E minis open, and they move up by 30 pips or 30 ticks. That's $187, right? So you made $187 off of a 30 pip move or 30 tick move, right? Now, the standard, the ESs, right? The ES is $12.50. So it's $12.50 per move. So say you entered one ES contract. One ES contract is worth $12.50. One ES, which is the S&P 500. And that's not even the total amount, because you're entering, you gotta think about it. You're a retail trader. You're not one of the big boys. You're a retail trader. As a retail trader, we're being allowed to trade smaller amounts. So say you enter one ES contract, which is the standard ES contract for S&P 500, and that one contract is worth $12.50, but it moves 30 points, right? That's $375. So say you had one ES contract open, one standard ES contract open, And that ES contract moved to 660. Sorry. And that ES contract moved 60 points. 60 points on an ES contract is $750. So if it moves 70, it moves one contract. You buy one contract. That one contract is worth $12. That 12, I'm sorry, that one contract is worth $12.50. That $12.50 contract moves 60 points. That's $750. If it moves 30 points, that's $375. Now with Forex, you're choosing the lot size. So these are contracts. Lot size and contracts are two different things. One contract in futures is worth a specific amount of money. When you are doing Forex, you're choosing the amount. So say you want to trade $10. You have to put in an MT5 or MT4 1.00. That's $10, right? And that thing moves 30 pips, right? 30 pips. So 30 times 10 is what? 30 times 10 is $300, right? 30 times 10 is $300. 30 times 10 is $300. So you made $300 off a 30 pip move. So the difference between futures and the Forex market is essentially you're buying contracts and selling contracts. With Forex, you're buying and selling currencies. So your currencies are fighting each other. They're fighting each other. Your your GBP, USD, your GBP is stronger than USD. They're fighting each other, right? But with contracts, you're fighting other retail traders. Like you're fighting basically the market. You're fighting the stock exchange. You're fighting people that actually are putting money into the S&P 500 and pulling money out of the S&P 500. So the difference between futures and trading Forex is one, you're buying and selling contracts. With Forex, you're buying and selling currencies. With Forex, you're selling a currency versus a currency, and you're fighting retail traders and people that are in the like the huge markets, like the market makers. With futures, you're basically fighting the market makers. And there's not anything, to be honest, there's a lot of people trading futures, but you're not really fighting them. You're fighting basically the market makers, if that makes sense. So you're not with futures, you're not calculating. It's not like with Forex where you're calculating, oh, well, if I put this number in, I got to make sure on each one of these is different. When you're trading futures, that set number is that set number. So if I choose one contract and that one contract with ES is $12.50, then I know I'm risking $12.50 per move. $12.50 per move. With Forex, each currency versus each one, the value is different. It's completely different, which can be confusing if you don't know what you're doing. So I hope this makes sense. So the difference between selling a contract, between futures and currency and Forex trading is that you're selling contracts with futures, and with Forex, you're buying and selling currency versus currency. That makes sense. So yeah, that's that with that. I probably could have put that in the other video, but I know people get a little bombarded and worn down with the other video. Like if I put too much into one video, so I like to break them up into separate ones. That's how I learn. So I teach the way I learn. So So let's get into the the pairs or the contracts that you should be trading, right? So we're going to get into, with that said, we're going to get into which ones you should be trading and you shouldn't be trading, right? So right now, what I trade, my favorite contracts to trade are micro ES contracts, and I like to trade ES contracts. ES stands for S&P 500. So I got my S&P 500 here. I also like to trade the Dow. So the Dow Jones. So I have the Dow Jones here. I also will trade. I also trade the NAS. You can trade micro E-mini NAS. You can also trade oil, the Russell. I'm not really sure what Russell is, but you can trade gold, and all these things are micro contracts. You can trade gas, and all those things. You can trade crude oil. You can trade crude oil and things like that. So I like to trade these particular things. So we're gonna jump over. In the next video, I'm gonna show you how to set up your NinjaTrader chart, just in case you decide that you want to trade with Top Step or you want to use NinjaTrader to trade. But honestly, if you're going to trade futures and you know how to use MT5 or MT4, then it might be best for you to just, with your own cash, and you don't want to take the Top Step Combine Challenge, and you just want to trade your own money, then sign up with AMP Global and you can get yourself going there. So the next video is going to be me showing you how to set up your NinjaTrader chart, and it's going to be very, very simple. And I'm going to show you how to execute trades from NinjaTrader, finding entries on AMP Global. All right, guys. So see you in the last video.